Mic check, mic check. What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the KZ Community Beat. I'm your host, Ross Martinez, and today we got some royalty in the 309 hanging out in the booth. So let me do the quick intro for you so you know what we got cooking today. Peoria has its legends. And as someone who, like myself, who didn't grow up here, I've been learning just how deep that legacy runs in the 309. One story that keeps coming up again and again and again is Manual High School's basketball dynasty. But what I'm learning is that wasn't just about the trophies and the sport. It's about the identity, community, pressure, hope, and pain. Today, we're talking about all of that with Creston Coleman from the team, from Manual, from Peoria, the creator of Orange and Black Beneath the Numbers, releasing this weekend at Richwoods, 2 o'clock Saturday. Be there. A powerful new documentary exploring what that era meant to the players, to the coaches, and to the people of Peoria. This is an important one, so let's dig in it. Creston, what's up, man? Welcome in.
Man, thanks for having me, Ross.
So, as we were talking about off mic, I'm from Chicago, born and raised.
Right.
This is about my fourth year in April. I'll be here, right? 4 straight. I've been learning a lot about Peoria. These episodes are all about the history of Peoria from my perspective.
Okay.
And I've been hearing a lot about Manual and the history. So as an outsider, can you tell me, besides just the trophies, what was so important and majestic about the team and that dynasty?
Man, just having each other and being able to experience a life, something that will last forever for life, experiencing it with guys you've been knowing, partial, since grade school, some since childhood, and not only experiencing that, the good things, knowing the struggles of each other's, home lives,
Everybody had a different story back then.
Yeah, respectfully, but they kind of all aligned the same.
How so?
Man, it was struggle. Everybody had their challenges in their home. Whether it was a sibling, a parent, whether it was drugs, alcohol, gambling, prostitution.
Yeah.
Everybody had their own story.
Everybody had a backstory.
Yep.
Everybody has trauma that kind of leads them and propels them a certain way, whether it's good or bad. The great thing about the history that we've been seeing, that I've been hearing about, Manual, is that it pushed a lot of y'all on the court to do a lot of great things. Shout out to Marcellus, friend of the pod. He was here the first year, 3 years ago when I started the pod, and I got a chance to interview him. And I'm happy that we're able to make this full circle as, we have the anniversary coming up. We got the movie debuting, the documentary. But really put me in that mindset. What was Peoria like back during this dynasty before y'all knew it was becoming what it would be?
To be honest with you, being in it, you don't know.
Yeah.
You have to step outside of it to get to really value it, but looking back on it, man, we were alive.
Yeah. What was beautiful about it?
It was things were happening. People were doing things. People were smiling. People were together. People were here.
Did it feel like a community?
It was a community, and not only one community, it was communities.
How so? Like, what do you mean by that?
You have different areas of the city: South End, North End, Hilltop. Then you got different projects within those communities. People were there. People were there, alive, doing things. Being amongst each other. Loving each other.
People put everything to the side in that moment, it felt like?
Oh, yeah, differences.
So, like, for me, I can kind of correlate this to, like, when Derrick Rose is coming up and how a bunch of different of our neighborhoods kind of put that stuff to the side, and we all supported D. Rose making it out. The Rose from Concrete, you know what I mean? Like, did it feel like a lot of people kind of put the BS on the side during this time in the communities and went to Manual to see the games be on?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, everybody was there. Whether you was there, to cheer us on, or there, and I think it was 80%, 90% that, or whether it was there to watch us fall.
You had the 10% that's like,
yeah.
whoop them up.
Yeah. You know, regardless, they came in that gym, they got on them highways, and they followed us. I remember one time in Chicago, we had a game in Chicago, man, and I was in a layup line, and my homeboy, my neighbor, Sammy Moore, that I didn't see in a long time, he just popped up in Chicago and walked on the side of the on the court like, "What up, Creston?" I'm like, "Damn, Sammy, what you doing up here?" This is somebody I grew up with, and I hadn't seen him in a long time, and he was at the game.
Take me through this game day, right? What is that feeling as you in the locker room? Because you was on the team. You was on the team.
Yep.
Look, actually, you know what? You was on the team. Who else was on that starting team and the bench? Like, who can we call out?
Okay.
People that I need to know about.
Well, let's start off. I'm gonna start backwards.
Okay.
In 1997, Sergio McClain, Frank Williams, Marcus Griffin, the big three, as they
that was
they
a big
say,
three.
The big three, and then you got Gerald Page, Drake Ford, Robert Johnson, Alex Stevens, Marlon Brooks, myself, Jerron Hobson, Gerald Spratling. That was pretty much, the guys of the team in 97. And go to 96, I'm just going to give you the 5.
Come on.
You got. I'm going to give you the 6 because the 6th one is important.
Sixth player on the team is always important.
The 6th player is important.
Yeah,
Remember that. We got Tim Caldwell, Cleo Gayton, and then the big 3, starting. And the 6th man came off the bench was, rest in peace, Marshall Dunnigan. Number 12. Yeah.
Tell me about him. What was important about that 6th man?
Man, I think there's a movie out, if I'm not mistaken, called The 6th Man, right?
Maybe. The
6th Man with Damon Wayans, one of the Wayans
sounds
brothers.
Familiar, yeah.
Where he was dead.
Yes. Yeah. That's what that. Oh, okay.
Yeah. He died. Kane Emanuel just for 1 year. Kane Emanuel, we won that 3rd state championship, and he died like a month later. Got murdered.
Shit. How was that for the community? Like, take me through that, man.
Oh, man. It happened in the Harrison Homes, a place where a lot of our players were from, a place where I've been down there, spent a lot of time down there when I was young because a lot of families stayed down there. It was scary, bro. It was scary. I vowed to myself, I said I'd never go to the Harrison Homes again in my life.
It was that bad?
Yeah. That's where he got murdered at, and not to put a bad a mark on the Harrison Homes because there's some great people that come out of the Harrison Homes. Some amazing people.
I heard it wasn't always like that, though. There's a couple people out on the podcast where it started out as a strong community, and over the years it kind of went through its phases, I guess. Yep, it was. It was a community. It was everybody was family. But to tell you the truth, Ross, across the country, I know, but we was talking about Peoria, but it hit too. Man, crack era. Yeah, the crack era.
A lot
of communities hard, especially a lot of black communities, man.
Yeah. It tore us apart, bro.
What did it feel like growing through that and losing somebody as significant as the 6th man, which that is what we call him, but his name again was
Marshall Dunnigan Jr.
Marshall Dunnigan Jr.
Yep. Man, it felt like it wasn't real. It wasn't real. It just felt like, you was watching it from afar and it was a disconnect. You just couldn't touch it. Yeah.
As a young man, how did you guys process that? Like, we're talking about basketball, but I also like to talk about as a community member to another community member, especially during Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, right? To lose somebody that close to your teammate, a brother, somebody in the community that y'all grew up with, How was that for you guys as a collective, kind of processing that? How did you guys come together? Were there ways you guys found an outlet for that trauma as you were growing up?
Um, to be honest with you, we just dealt with it. And I know it affected everybody a different way because I never told nobody that I'd never go to the Harrison homes again in my life. That was just something I kept myself and vowed to myself I'd never go down there, and I didn't for a long time. I don't know what it did to anybody else. I know it affected them, but that's just something we just didn't talk about. We just kept going.
Ball up top.
Man, let's go.
What led you to eventually going back and visiting the Harrison homes, if you mind me asking?
My cousin Robert, actually. My cousin Robert, man, he was he was in the streets.
Yeah.
And he kept me with him, and he had, he was able to go to the Harrison and go down there because he actually stayed down there for a point, for a bit, and he kept me with him. So I knew I felt protected, and I knew he wasn't gonna let nothing happen to me.
Some people got that protection when they walk in certain areas.
Yeah. So I knew he wasn't gonna let nothing happen to me, man. So that's the only reason I went back to the Harrison homes. So I was with my older cousin, Robert.
You know what's interesting about this? That history that you're talking about right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
The trauma. That's something that, as an outsider, somebody that may not be of the culture really deals with. They don't understand that aspect and that weight of it. As we're talking about Manual, let's actually talk about the culture of Manual High School during that era. How did basketball become the centerpiece of something much bigger than just a school?
First of all, it's just something that, here in Peoria, and I just can't say the South Side, but here in Peoria, everybody just shared that common love for basketball.
Did it feel like they were sharing love for more than just basketball?
You know what?
Or did you just kind of like rough it out as a young kid? You're like, oh, we all just love basketball. Or did it click to you eventually that this was a healing moment in the community, or everybody was together without dealing with the redlining stuff that society puts on things?
Subconsciously.
Yeah?
Subconsciously. And I'm going to tell you, I didn't notice this until, I ain't going to lie to you. There's been a couple of times I just wasn't feeling well. And no lie, getting up, just going to play basketball got me up and made me feel better. And at least for the moment I was out there. The moment, and I can remember the moment that I left to the court, I went back to that same feeling of wherever I was before. Yeah. I remember one time I went to ICC. That one day just stood out to me. I didn't feel good at all. Went to ICC, played ball, and I felt great. But immediately after that, I don't know what it was, but I went back to where, that previous feeling. Just something just.
Was there a lot of personal thing? If I pry, just let me know.
I'm going to give it to you, bro.
Yeah.
We ain't cutting, man. Thanks for having me here. The people, I'm giving it to. You and everybody.
I'm a nerd, man. I'm a nerd for history, B. I'll be dead ass honest. I'm a nerd for history.
Right.
I love learning not just of the community, but individuals. Because I'm a brown kid from the South Side of Chicago. I have one perspective of things. Yeah. You a brown kid from where in Peoria? Were you from?
From the South End.
From the South End. All right, so we both from the South Side of our towns, right?
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I'm a little bit bigger, but I used to play basketball back in the day. I wasn't good.
Bro, I get it every time. What, you used to play football? No, I was a point guard. What you mean football? What up, big man? But it is what it is, man. So I'm with you on that, Ross.
But I preface all that to say the perspective you have is something that interests me a lot. Because sports, for me, when I was growing up, my parents are going through a divorce. I was... The baseball diamond was my getaway. I would always go out. I'd do pickup, stick ball, wiffle ball, whatever. And I have that same mentality that you had. Because when I was on that diamond, nothing mattered. I was in the moment. I wasn't thinking about what's happening at home. I wasn't thinking about certain racism that I would see growing up. I wasn't thinking about nothing. I saw everybody from the community, black, white, brown. You good? Don't worry about it. Do what you gotta do.
Nah, we good. Nah.
Hey, we do it live, baby. We do it live.
Okay, yeah, it's all good. I told her I had a.
But you know what I mean? Like when it comes to that moment, at least for me and what I was able to see, I saw white, brown, black, everybody in the community just cheering on the kids that were playing. And for that moment in time, it was peaceful. And I remember leaving, you go back, you deal with the real world.
Yeah.
So was that kind of also similar to what?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, because in that gym or in those gyms, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get white, black, you know, and you're gonna get that, and they're there cheering you on. Now, after that ball get done bouncing, you take them jersey off. I take that back. Now, I'm not gonna say that because the whites here in Peoria, I don't know about now. It's not the same now. But then, you know, they treated us real nice. They praised us. You know.
You were basketball royalty.
It was. So yeah, it changed things.
Sports have a weird way of pausing everybody's bias in the world for that moment. Forever long, I'm a Cubs fan. You're at Wrigley, nothing matters except for the Cubs. You go watch the Bulls, and nothing matters outside except for the Bulls. You know what I mean? In that moment, it's that escape. Did that help you kind of navigate life outside of the court as you were able to see everybody supporting you, and then as you left the court, it kind of built a community essence around you?
It didn't help me. That didn't help me. That didn't lead to. Ask that question again, Ross.
So, what? Having that environment growing up, having the community from different areas, different faces, different places coming to support you,
right?
And as you leave the court, you saying the people still was cheering you on, treating you like royalty. Did that make you feel more at home in the community? Did that make you feel like you actually had some significance here? You know what I mean?
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Bullseye. Yeah, getting that love, receiving that love, that attention. Yeah. From everybody.
It's that feeling of community. I think that's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, we did have that. So it did create that. You know, or was it just always there? I don't know. Because I never really seen maybe how we was looked at. I never looked at, I'm going to say white people. I never looked at white people like that.
It was just community.
It was just it. You know, I had white friends when I was growing up. And that just transitioned. And just even at Manual. I'm going to tell you something about the white people at Manual and the black people at Manual. We love each other.
Yeah. It's Manual.
Yeah.
It's Manual.
Yeah, for real.
I've been in the halls a couple times for some things.
Excuse me. Yeah, we love each other. Yeah.
So talk to me about Manual, man. Talk to me about the history of the school. Like, what's the significance of Manual High School here in Peoria?
If Manual never, it's hard to say if Manual was never here, how things would have went.
How so?
You know, but I get, of course, the people had to be somewhere. But if everything just didn't lead to Manual and those that attended that school, and not only the students, the faculty members and the staff we was blessed with, it was like just a blessing how it all just came together, and the identity that we created as a high school, and it was just not a building. It was like a heartbeat. It was a heartbeat. Man, people don't know how serious that Manual thing is. people do not know how serious that manual thing is, man. Is we love it. We really love it, and we respect it, and it has to be respected. You know, a lot of people joke and about, oh, you manual people don't know this, or you don't know how to read. Oh, that's because you went to manual. You with the jokes, okay, we take that, but like serious disrespect, you know, on that orange and black, yeah, we that's a problem, because I'm gonna tell you what, you're not just disrespecting that, just the orange and black, you disrespecting thousands of dedicated people that came in and dedicated themselves to the mission of success. And I'm talking about, once again, the cafeteria ladies. No. You disrespect Manuel, you disrespect Miss Eisenhart. You disrespected Miss Frazee. You disrespected Miss Linda. No, man, they sacrificed and they was dedicated to us. It's deeper than what people think. It's deeper than what's on the surface, man.
You know what? That helps me transition to this question, man. This isn't just a sports doc. The title itself says "Beneath the Numbers."
Mm-hmm.
What did you uncover about the personal and emotional side of the legacy of not just the team, but the significance of Manuel throughout making this doc? Because beneath the numbers, like you just said, it's more than that. It's Miss Linda. It's everybody else in that community of the school, of the people, of the team, the teachers, the coach, everything. Yeah. It's more than numbers. It's more than trophies. It's more than banners. It's more than starting rotation and numbers and minutes spread across 6, 8 different cats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. It's man, it's about our existence, and it's about you know, our survival.
Those are big words.
It's about our survival, man.
Significance and survival.
Yeah.
Expand on that a little bit. What do you mean about survival?
It go back to stereotypes. You know, if we go back to a recent article that was put out in one of these reputable magazines or newsletters or write-ups about Peoria is the worst place for African Americans.
Oh yeah, I did read that. Yeah.
You know,
I read that.
Yeah.
But I've been meeting a lot of individuals from the African American community that are pouring their heart and soul into this town, from different sides of town.
Yeah.
A lot of them I've personally reached out to for interviews because I'm like, hey, let me spotlight this story real quick because there's something going on here.
Yeah.
I mean, we got Art Inc. You got what's Mark Supreme, the group they're part of, Yanni Collective, doing great things.
Oh man, yeah.
You got Mayor Rita Ali. You got Jahan Gordon Booth. You got a lot of individuals here in this community pouring their heart and soul back into improving it for everybody.
Mm-hmm. And you know, beautiful people. You know, beautiful people that you know they got a heart for this city, and of course, Mayor Ali is Emmanuel alum.
So while making this movie, what did you uncover about yourself while you going through these stories?
Now, uncover about myself or discover?
What did you discover about yourself? Or uncover? Actually, those are two great questions. I slipped into that on accident.
Man, I discovered that I really, really love Manuel. Yeah. And I discovered that, man, I know life wouldn't have been the same had I not got that experience down there at that school. I wouldn't even be the person I am today if it wasn't for Manuel High School. You know, that's what I discovered about myself, and what I now you say what I covered or
uncovered,
yeah. Manuel has been a journey because it started somewhere and then it went somewhere else, and it's going somewhere now.
Where did it start?
Actually, it didn't even start in that location. First of all.
Oh, it was Manual School was located somewhere else?
Yeah, but it wasn't Manual School.
What was it?
It was Manual Training High School.
Manual Training.
It was a training school or a trade school.
Oh, okay.
And they only focused on about 5. I don't know if they only focused on about 5 different courses, but they offered 5 different courses from my understanding. Now I don't know how that spectrum worked, but it started off not there. It wasn't Manual High School, and it started off white.
So it eventually it was desegregated, and eventually we had.
Yeah, at some point. Well, at some point, yeah, it was just all.
Yeah.
Yep. And I don't know. Yeah, that was because of segregation. That's segregation, right? When
segregation
things are separate.
Is where you keep them separate.
Yep. So
segregation is where you allow everybody. It's more inclusive.
Yep. So yeah, it was segregated at first, and you. I ain't gonna get into it. I ain't gonna get into it. I ain't gonna get into it.
I don't want to set you down a path.
Yeah. I ain't gonna go.
This will be off mic conversation to learn more about that.
Definitely got to be off mic, or you could just come to the world premiere.
Yeah.
On Saturday.
All right. So before we keep talking,
Okay.
let's give them a little bit more information about the world premiere. Where is it happening? At what time this weekend?
It's happening at 2 p.m. at Richwoods High School.
2 p.m. Rich Woods to come see Beneath the Numbers story about Manual High School's dynasty team.
Yep. Yeah. And if I can add real quick, Ross.
Yeah.
It's about the story, but it's about allowing Peoria to get an experience that it never had before. We creating an environment, a world premiere environment. Yeah. One, because it's the first time it's being seen. And it's going to be the atmosphere. We're going to have the social hour. We're going to have the red carpet. We're going to have the red carpet picture ops.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yep. And we're going to have I'm flying in a videographer from Tampa, Florida.
Nice.
To come capture the moments.
Make it a big spectacle.
Yeah, man.
Wait, why at Richwoods?
Oh yeah, Manual's auditorium is fortunately getting a renovation, along with Peoria High and I think Peoria High and Manual is the only two is getting the auditorium, but I think all 3 schools are getting something done to the gym.
Gotcha.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, that's why Rich.
I was like, wait a minute, Rich wasn't that your competitor?
Man, I had to do it.
What was that rivalry like between Rich Woods and Manual?
It wasn't really no rivalry between us. When I came along, it wasn't.
Was that a little grime at it real quick?
Yeah, that pretty much.
Was no rivalry if we kept winning.
Yeah, it wasn't no rivalry for me. Yeah.
Can you share with me one story or one moment in this film that truly shook you, or at least made you fall more in love with the history? Is there something in this doc that as you watched it back before you're like, all right, I'm ready to put it out there, you're like, this is why I made it. This is why this means so much to me and to the community.
Oh. Yeah. And what I got to is helping me right now in the midst of the process. And I'll just look at Wayne McClain. Just watching him. Little every little thing that come out his word, every little move. I said, damn, how great he is. And I said, how did he do it? How did he do it?
Because unfortunately, this is a name that I haven't come across yet.
Okay. This is the power that he had. If he asked us to jump out of that window, nobody's thinking twice. We jumping. Because we believe in him. That window right there, we believe in him. And we trust him.
Who was Wade, the coach?
Yeah, Wayne was the coach.
Wayne was coach.
Yeah,
okay.
Wayne was the coach. And we knew that before we hit that damn ground, he was going to catch us. And the goal that he set out for having us jump out that window, it would be accomplished. And it was over and over again. There's nobody that played for Wayne McClain that say they wouldn't try to run through a brick wall for that man if he asked you to.
How did Wayne get that, not just loyalty, but trust out of you guys?
Because he was one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of us. I heard a story about him and his predecessor, Porky Brooks, that touched my spirit, and how he got. A lot of people don't know that Porky Brooks was totally responsible for Wayne McClain. And amongst, I'm pretty sure, maybe his family members or none, but man, that was.
Would it be safe to say there's no dynasty without Porky? Initial contributions? Or is that out of line?
No, that's kind of safe to say.
It's safe to say?
I thought about it 3 days ago.
Really?
Yeah, I said, I wonder if Porky didn't do what he did with Wayne, what he would have been, who he was, and did what he would have did, what he did to us. I thought about that 3 days ago.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So what type of things did Coach Wayne instill into you guys?
Man.
Because the way your body language is and the way you're talking about it, I never had the pleasure. This is the first time I'm learning the name,
Okay,
respectfully.
Yeah.
But it comes across as this is a person you revere in a way. At least have this amount of respect where you're like, he was a role model in a way in your life. It seems like so.
Oh, most definitely. Man, he just taught us, me. I say us, but selfishly, I know what I got out of it.
What you get out of it?
Man, I can't be stopped.
He meant a lot to you, huh? It's okay, man. Hey, they say the strongest men know when to feel the emotions, dude. This podcast, I've cried so much on this.
Yeah. Them tools, that he was giving us at 14 and 15 years old, he was providing us with ways to deal with, to survive and maneuver in any environment. Any environment. You can make it in any environment, man. You throw it in with what he was giving us. And, man, it was them jewels he was just dropping on us, man. Yeah.
What was that pressure like on the players? I mean, you have an individual like Coach Wade who was instilling, as I could see the emotion coming out you, man. I could see that it had so much significant value in your life.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we'd be remiss if we didn't even actually touch on the fact that young black men getting mentored by somebody from the community, taking time out the day to instill this amount of respect and emotion in you, and I'm pretty sure other players also have that. But what was that pressure like on individuals from the community to not only win, but to represent something bigger than themselves?
Oh, it was pressure.
Did you know in the moment?
Yeah. Oh, you knew there were expectations. How you walk, definitely how you carry yourself, how you talk. Man, you couldn't do what champions don't do.
Yeah.
And it's a certain formula, and we understood about the expectations. Of course, we was human, but we knew what we needed to be doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. It was pressure because what in real regard and what was expected of you, and sometimes you fell short, and that wasn't good.
How did you feel in those moments where you guys fell short?
Oh, you're gonna feel it physically.
Laps.
You're gonna
Suicides.
You're gonna feel it physically. And then he's going to make you feel it away mentally. He's going to tear you down, but after that tear down, he's going to build you back up.
Like a real coach. Yeah, that's a real coach.
Man, I ain't going to say no names, but yes, I say the names. I say the name. I say the name because it's a wonderful story.
Okay, let's go.
I seen him tear Tim Caldwell down from January, because we had lost to East Peoria, from January to March. But come March, Tim was a monster.
He brought it out of him.
Woo!
He brought it out of him. Because you don't lose to East Peoria. From what I heard, Peoria, East Peoria, that is the game you do not lose.
Oh, no. We was on that baseline, and everybody knows what the baseline is.
Yeah.
We was on that baseline for about an hour. Hell, I think I probably got it, and I did. After that, I seen him tear it down, and Tim took it. But, man, come March, I said, ooh-wee. And everybody else said, ooh-wee.
What role did Tim play on the team?
He was a point guard.
Point guard.
Yeah, he was a point guard.
How good was Tim, man?
Tim was great. Yeah. Tim was great. Yeah, Tim was great. He was put in an unfortunate situation because this was for all of us. Down in Manual, you just surrounded with so many good ball players.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing you can do about it. But, what helped me is finding a role and knowing who I am and not trying to be who anybody else was. And just playing my part just to win. Yeah. So that helped me. But it ain't easy. It ain't easy. But, yeah, he was just having to come around with just some great, not good, but great ball players. He was surrounded with them.
Who else was on that team you looked at? You like, well, there goes my minutes.
Oh, that ain't never happened to me.
Yeah, that's right. That's a baller response.
That ain't never happened to me. I ain't never been worried about no minutes.
You said I got 8 today? All right, I'm going to give you what I can.
Never. Yeah.
What was that chemistry? So what years did you play on the team?
I played from 1995 to 1999.
Okay, in that time, who was that starting rotation?
Well, amongst that, it changed, but the big three, I'm going to tell you who I came in with. I came in with Greg Andrews. Who else? Anyway, yeah, Greg Andrews and Marlon Brooks. Those two
were the ones you came in with.
I came in with and we finished with.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Greg Andrews and Marlon Brooks and Alfonso Pollard, too. Yeah. We all came in together as freshmen, and we finished together as seniors. Yeah, and these are all still 4 brothers that I love, and one white, Greg. I just went and stayed with his family in his house in St. Louis about 2 years ago for Super Bowl. He let me get the suite downstairs. You know what I mean? So
that reminds me of the what was that one TV show? The y'all African Americans and Mark. And we rock with Mark because Mark rock with us. You remember that? I think it was Tough Knocks or Hard Knocks or something. I'll show it to you after this. It's funny. It's funny as hell.
They said we rock with Mark.
Because Mark rock with us.
No, I ain't seen that one. Nope.
Well, you talking about how you went in as a freshman and you ended as a senior, right?
Yep.
What changed in you from freshman to senior year while being on this team?
I matured.
How so?
Man, I used to be something else. And people remind me, too, like, Creston, you were something else in high school. And when I think about it, I said, damn, I was. I mellowed out. I just mellowed out. Yeah, I matured, man. I found out who I was, though. I guess I, was comfortable with myself because going through Manual, I experienced some stuff, not only me, all of us experienced. I'm just going to talk about me because I can't speak for everybody else.
Yeah.
I experienced some stuff that your average 15, 16-year-old don't experience. And I'm not talking about the good. I'm talking about the ugly, too. And that was that part of that ugly was, part of Coach McClain polishing me, and also my home life. You know what I mean? Things that were going on in my household.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Those are things that, your 15, 16-year-old maybe will want to avoid if all is possible. But thank God I was able to turn, some negatives into a positive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big proponent that says sports can really save lives, especially youth. I've had some amazing coaches who, I have my father at home, amazing cat. That's my Superman. Even now, I'll FaceTime, hey, Pop, this is something wrong with the car. Help me out real quick.
Okay, I know
That's a
they
blessing,
go.
and
Yeah.
I love it. I love it, man.
Yeah.
But I've had some coaches on the field while I played baseball that taught me a lot of things about myself, especially how to handle losses. And not just losses on the court, but losses in life. And as you're maturing, you're getting older from freshman, being a young kid that don't know that much in life and the reality, but also dealing with the realities of society and the world and all that off the court and home life and all that. Coach Wayne seemed to be a blessing, man.
He was.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like it at the time. Man, it didn't feel it. Dang sure didn't feel like it, but he was a blessing, like you said.
Yeah.
Those ones that prepped us for, that man, off the field, off the court, off the ice.
How you supposed to carry yourself.
Yeah, man.
Let me ask you this. What made this the right time to tell this story in this fashion?
Strategically is ironic because, I thought I was going to be done in a year. But, coming back, moved from Dallas, I started having the Manual All's class reunion.
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
So we've been building that up. It's been growing and growing every year. And now we're reaching our 4th year. So I'm finishing up, and I didn't rush this. It just, it was around that time. It was getting close, and I said, I think I could do it. So I said, let me go ahead and debut this during the reunion this year.
What made you start making this doc? Like, what was that initial spark? You're like, I need to devote time to this. This is special.
The initially started?
Yeah, what made you want to start making this documentary?
You want the true story?
Yeah. You could lie, and I'll believe it's the truth if you like.
Okay. I'm going to give you the truth, though. I'm going to give you the truth. Because right. I can tell a good lie. But
every Sagittarius can be.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't help it.
Ask a couple of my exes. Yeah. What's up? Hey, no, I'm playing.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I still respect y'all.
Hey, it be what is it, innocent. Innocent.
It's a white lie.
Yeah, that's all it is. Just a little white lie, man. But Ross, I was out hanging out one night. I was in Dallas. I was staying in Dallas. And driving home, get to my crib. Like, man, I ain't finna go to sleep. I'm finna watch a Manual game.
Oh, just bust it up on YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube. Yeah, and that's exactly what I did. Sitting there, I put the game on, laying in my bed. The starting lineup came. The 1988 team, I think it was. Starting lineup came. I knew 4 out of the 5 guys.
Yeah.
And that 5th guy, when they said, in forward or center, Sean Williams. I said, who? I said, who in there is Sean Williams? Now I said, hold up. If I don't know Sean Williams, that's a problem, right?
Yeah.
So if I don't know Sean Williams, that means who else don't know him and who else don't know the other greats? And you know what? Don't nobody know our story. A lot of people don't know our story.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a clear example, babe. I'm 2.5 hours away, and this entire legacy is something that I'm just now dipping my toes in. I'm like, yo, this is wild.
Yeah. I said, man, and then I got to give credit to one of my dad friends. You know, we drove to a Manual game down in Danville, and I was listening to them talk, hearing them talk, and he was like, man, he said, man, these kids don't know their history. These kids don't know their history. His dad was a Negro League basketball player, baseball player.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Mr.
Do you remember what team?
No.
But he was in the league. Okay.
Yeah, a Negro League baseball player. Coach Eddie Brooks was too. Porky Brooks was a Negro League baseball player too.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he might have played with Satchel Paige.
Really?
Yeah, I think he may have. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to deep dive in that history tonight, man. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah. Tony Weisinger, you know Tony Weisinger?
No, who's this?
Oh, Tony Weisinger is a legend around here. He a Peoria High grad, and he's the head coach at ICC, Illinois Central College men's basketball.
Somebody I need
program.
to talk to.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I interviewed with him last night on a podcast. They had a podcast.
Okay.
I was a guest on there last night.
I may have to reach out.
He's a history buff too, just like
yeah.
you. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That might be a story I want to collect.
Yeah.
Huh.
Got his number if you need it.
We're gonna talk about this. The thing is, I love these conversations because in history, I feel like people's attention spans have been going smaller and smaller and smaller. And the art of a dialogue, of actually sitting here with intent to learn and not combat, is starting to become a lost art.
Yeah.
Peoria, you hear this all the time. A lot of people dog out, like you mentioned that one article that said it's not safe for black people. But then the other thing you hear is there's nothing to do in Peoria, or people look at it like it's a side small town. Yeah. But there's a rich history here, and this podcast I'm using it to uncover it. Like as a newbie who's in Peoria 3 years now, these stories I hear, the significance, the emotion I see out of you when you talk about Coach Wayne, that is amazing to see, man. Now let me ask you: this documentary releases Saturday, 2 p.m. Richwoods. Do you have to pay for tickets? Do you just show up?
Yeah. I wish I could have everybody show up, but we'll have the whole city. Actually, it's a $55 donation, and that donation does have a purpose. It's going to help Performing Open Hearts propel its Help and Recover program. And we want to support ex-athletes and current athletes, but definitely support the ex-athletes transitioning to life after sports.
Mentally, that could be a very tough transition, man.
Yeah, I know.
How was that transition for you?
It was tough.
Talk to me about that.
Every September, when it was time to go back to school and that season of going back to college and everything, I used to get depressed. And I still got to watch it.
Still holds on you?
Still. Yeah. I'm
why does it have such a huge hold on you?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah?
I don't know, but just that, going back to school, I know it's in September. Yeah, because I know maybe I want it. Maybe I want to do a do-over. I don't know. But.
But you were a part of history.
Yeah.
Your name is up there in the history books.
True. But
you played your minutes. You did your part, as you said.
Yeah, I did.
You were a part of not just history, but a moment of community.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this movie, for those that come by, please buy your tickets at Eventbrite.
Eventbrite, correct.
Eventbrite.
Yep.
We'll put the link up there for people once I post this, so they can just click on it for you.
Okay, well.
This movie, I feel, is two things. One, it's shedding light on history and paying homage to history here locally. Mm-hmm. But selfishly, is this therapeutic for you? Watching back and seeing this, or does it dig up some things that you kind of want to address eventually?
Man, it's crazy that you said that. Selfishly?
Tell me.
It is.
Therapy?
I don't know what I'm going to do after this. I just told my the Miss Talina Wade, who's doing the decor and for the event, we're running back and forth. We're doing things. We talk. man, it's driving me. I'm back competing again.
Yeah.
I'm back competing right now. I don't know what I'm going to do after this, man.
You know, there's still a community that needs role models.
And I do that. And
Yeah.
I do that.
Yeah.
And that drives me too. I work with kids to this day.
What do you do?
I'm a justice advocate. And I work for the district. I work for Peoria Public Schools. I'm a justice advocate. You know, I work with kids every day. One of my students is on my caseload. I'm gonna bring him out this weekend and let him work at the world premiere and let him get a taste of something different, expose him to something different.
Yeah.
This is a kid who's been in trouble for the last couple of years. He tried, but he falls short. And I just want to see if I am here to help him. And I just want to, just expose him to something else and maybe it just get him an appetite for something else. But yeah, I work with kids and I love my kids and they love me. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you bring them into seeing community.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
It's a lot of things. This world can knock you off your center so easily. And if you don't have the right support system around you for whatever reason, right? At least in my experience, I've seen. There was a quote that I remember reading a long time ago. Do you know the wealthiest place in this world?
The graveyard.
Yeah.
The graveyard.
Yeah. Untapped potential.
The graveyard.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's true.
I know a lot of cats that ended up there.
Yeah.
Before I start crying on this.
Go ahead, Ross. I'd already opened up. Man, come on. That's that Sagittarius in you.
You feel hard. Oh, yeah.
That's why I knew you was a Sagittarius before I could tell. Yeah.
Everything going on in the world, you feel it actually, though. It's crazy, dude. As we're talking about emotion, right, and we bringing up things in our past, and we're talking about Manuel, right? Mm-hmm. In your eyes, what part of Manuel's legacy still echoes here in Peoria right now, in the schools, on the courts, but also in the neighborhoods? When you say the name, people light up, man. Mm. Oh, Manuel. Oh, yeah, Manuel.
Can I even describe it? Well, I tell you what.
Close your eyes and let me ask you this.
I tell you what. If the city is so excited right now about what's to come this weekend, and I'm not talking about the documentary. They're just excited about coming together, alums, and the ones that didn't go to Manual, they're excited about coming too and being there.
Yeah.
The city, everybody feel it. Everybody getting ready.
You feel that enthusiasm? Does it kind of remind you of Game Time back then?
Yeah, I'm in the locker room right now.
Yeah, and you feeling it?
Yeah, I feel it. I'm in the locker room right now.
So this is a selfish part of it.
Yeah.
Being selfish is good.
Yeah, I'm selfish. Yeah,
let's put that out there. Yeah, no, let's put that out there. People have connotation of the word selfish as a negative. But no, you can still do a lot of good. Look what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
But selfishly, emotionally, and mentally, spiritually, you back in that locker room, hearing Coach Wayne tell you, all right, come on, let's go.
Let's go. Man, let's go.
There.
And that's why I'm looking forward to Saturday. I'm looking forward to getting ready for Saturday and putting on my suit and going to the game and see how I perform.
What does the word community mean to you? Because we toss that around a lot. This podcast is called The Community Beat. I have my own perspective of the word community.
Yeah.
But for someone who was born and raised, grew up here, part of history, giving back to remind everybody of that rich history. Yeah. At Richwoods, 2:00 Saturday. Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Eventbrite.
Yeah. There you go, yeah.
Beneath the numbers.
Yeah. Creston Coleman.
Yeah. But what's that that word community mean to you?
Community. Man, I'm going to tell you what. It isn't a word to it. It's action.
Action.
It's action. There's no word to it. Man, community is action.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. A community that shows up, that represents, that stands up, that stands firm.
That's it. Because you can say anything, but actions speak louder than words, and community is action. It's not a word. It doesn't mean, it's not a word to me. I can't put it in a word. It's an act. It's an act, and I have to see it. I have to feel it. People have to see it, and people have to feel it.
And they will. Saturday, 2:00.
Yeah, if you come on
Ridgewoods.
out. Yeah. If you come on out.
You got this big cheesy ass smile on your dog as you're talking about this.
Yeah.
You know, as you're going through your emotions, but you have this smile, like just the impact it's gonna have on you spiritually. I can see right now.
Oh, man.
Like, I have a feeling Saturday is gonna be the day you might have to fight back some tears, dog.
My boy Kevin already told me that. He talked like Barry White, and they called me Six. He said, "Yeah, Six, you gonna be wearing Six, you gonna cry. Watch."
Damn, even years later they call you by your number, huh?
Yeah, well, my number's 14, but Six just some.
Oh, it's some side stuff.
Yeah.
This is what it looks like to be an outsider learning in. What's up?
Yeah.
Man, I'm excited about this.
Man, thank you. I think the city, not only the city, the state, other people around the country that are familiar with the story, is excited about it, and they very well have the right to be, because as everybody don't know the true story that's behind and beneath the numbers.
Do you have plans to take this film beyond Peoria at all?
To be honest with you, I mean,
like more screenings, streaming,
subconsciously,
future projects.
There won't be no more screenings. The only people that might see this again is the manual student body.
Oh, nice.
I might show it to them, depending on the situation and timing and everything.
Yeah.
But nah, there's going to be no more public showings. A world premiere. How many times world premieres happen?
Depends how many times you want to say it.
Oh, okay. Well, mine's only happening once. Well, ours only happened once. I can say mine's. Ours only happening once. And I'm only going to take out the time and the efforts and, the funding. And when I speak about the funding, once again, let me thank our sponsors, Discover Peoria, and also the city of Peoria for partnership and getting behind this weekend.
You had the full city partner with you?
Yeah.
Hey, that's love.
Yep.
That shows you the value.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man.
Yeah. So, I can't do this again.
Yeah, well.
See, a lot of people don't know.
Peoria got a lot of stories.
Man, I do got something up my sleeve, though.
Okay.
I got something up my sleeve, but a lot of people don't know, man. I left my 4-month-old daughter to come back and make this documentary.
But you're going back.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna work that out there. But I can't. I gotta be back. I gotta be back and forth.
Yeah.
If not, you know what I mean. But I gotta get. I put things on pause for this movie, for this city, and they made the sacrifice with me, so we completed it. So now I got to get back to where what I was doing before.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make sure folks show up. We've mentioned it plenty of times through this conversation, but where's the screening?
It's going to be at Richwoods High School.
Okay. What time?
At 2 p.m.
And where can we get tickets?
You can get tickets on eventbrite.com. You can download the app or go to www.eventbrite.com. And in the search bar, just put in documentary, and you'll find what you're looking for.
All right. And why should they bring the whole family to watch this?
The youth is definitely the audience that had a reason of me doing this, because like I say, they don't know their history. And when you don't know your history, you don't know who you are or where you can go. And it's important that parents bring their kids out to see this so they can dream, you know, so they can look at not only me, others, and we all 98% of us are all Peoria Public School products.
Yeah.
Aside for the few that went to Christ Lutheran and Sean Livingston went to Concordia, but we all Peoria Public School products. And if you're raising a child today, you definitely want to come and show them, and so they can believe, because that's how I got here.
Yeah.
Yep. That's how I got here.
Support, community.
Yeah. It's an experience that actually these kids will probably be able to talk about when they get older. Everybody can't make it to Hollywood. Everybody's not going to be invited to a world premiere. But you have this right here at the all Peorians have this within arm's reach, just a drive away, just a bus drive away.
You 15 minutes from anything in Peoria.
Less, and you can be at the world premiere and get that experience.
This Saturday, the 2nd, 2:00.
Richwoods High School.
Or the 2nd. No, this Saturday.
Yeah.
2 p.m.
I read you just.
Richwoods.
Yeah.
Go on Eventbrite, look up Docs and Beneath the Numbers.
Yeah.
And you can
documentary, and you'll find it.
How can people support what you're doing, whether they're alum, fans, or just folks like me, outsiders who care?
And I really mean this. If you want to support me, just one hand washes the other. I'm not. I really don't. In all respect, I don't like to use the word support.
Okay. Yeah.
But if since you brought it up, I know that's how people put it, and that's a word that we all is universal.
Yeah.
So if you do want to support me, just one hand wash the other. Just do something good for somebody. Help somebody out. I have a saying that if you see, and it's my quote, if you see pain in somebody else's eyes, just also know you have encountered a responsibility.
I like that.
That's it.
We do have a responsibility.
We got a responsibility, bro.
For action.
Action, not words.
To be a community.
To be a community, that's action.
Now, before we wrap up, two things. Well, three things. One, where can we go to buy tickets?
You don't want me to leave, do you, Ross?
No, I want to make sure we get this out.
Okay, yeah. Eventbrite.com. Yeah, go there or go to the website or just download the app and put in documentary in your search. And El Bingo.
All right. Two, is there something we have not covered that you want to make sure people understand?
Yeah. This is the city of Peoria gift. This is the city of Peoria from my heart, to your heart. That's it. That's the only reason I did it. That's why I don't have any plans of pitching this or sending it somewhere else. If it happens, it happens. I wanted to create it because we deserve it, and that's it. Because we great. Mm-hmm. We are great.
Yeah. Honestly,
yeah,
there is a pillar in Peoria history that Manual High School props up.
Absolutely.
Period.
Yeah. And if you be honest with yourself, you would agree. Everybody would agree. Respectfully. Yeah, respectfully.
If Peoria has pillars of foundation, it is safe to say, from an outside perspective, I've been here 3 years. I keep using outside because
you us, bro. Yeah, especially Ross.
I'm still 312 till the day I die. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I feel you. I respect that.
But if I had a burner, it'd be 309. I'm playing. Respect.
Yeah, you good around here. You good around here. Hey, I rocks with you, Ross. Man, I got a good. I got a good feel off a person. I got that when we off the phone when I came and met you.
Hey.
And then without us even knowing each other's birthdays, I knew you was a Sagittarius. you good with me, so you good here.
Hey, my guy.
You know what I mean?
Hey, my guy. My guy. But here's my last question that I ask everybody that comes to sit down with me.
Mm-hmm.
So initially when I created this podcast, it was loosely based off the human library, where you would have an individual sit down at a desk with one word to describe their life journey. You would sit down, instead of checking out a book, you would sit down for a conversation. It's supposed to enrich dialogue and mending perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot in society has us kind of combated. And these type of conversations, whether they're rich with history or with trauma or pain or emotion, they have significant value. Mm-hmm. And every story that we read, every book we open, every conversation we have has a gold nugget. Not one word, but a gold nugget. When your story is done, right? Mm-hmm. And they close that chapter, what's the gold nugget you hope people get from your contributions, not only to life, but to Peoria?
This ain't us. This ain't us. This ain't us. This ain't us. This ain't Percy Baker. This ain't John Gwynn. You know, this ain't Wayne McClain. This ain't us. Yeah. This ain't us.
What do you mean by this ain't us?
When I look at this city, and I love it, you know, it's something missing. It's something missing.
Like it's almost there.
No, we far away.
Yeah?
We far away from what it was. And there's no shot at nobody. And it's not personal, but this us as a whole. Where's that love at?
There's more divide.
Yeah, we do.
Community.
We do. Yeah, we. It ain't that love just ain't the same. Now it's some people, and I can name some names. I'm gonna name this brother name because I'm gonna give him a shot because he deserved it. And I had him on the show. I had a podcast, Give Him Flowers Friday, and I had a guy like a brother like Sammy Wright, a genuine brother. Every time I see this brother,
Sammy Wright, okay.
Me and his brother hug each other, and we tell each other we love each other, and I feel it.
Yeah,
I know it's real. Every time I see Sammy, ever since I known him, he's always been the same. Ever since back in the day. Like I tell him, I said, Sam, you batting 1,000, man. With me, he don't have no bad days.
Damn.
No doubt. You know what I mean? And everybody human.
Yeah.
But every time we are in each other's presence, we embrace each other. And we tell each other we love each other, we hug each other. You know what I mean? And that genuine love.
That's what's missing. You ain't the first person I heard that from.
Yeah.
Some people would combat that and say otherwise.
Yeah. It ain't.
But I hear a lot of individuals carry that same sentiment.
Yeah.
That there's still work to be done.
Yeah. And like I said, there's no one individual fix. This is us as a whole. We're not taking care of each other like we were once taken care of.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
And to learn about that emotion, to learn about that feeling, to learn about that love and all that, you got to show up Saturday. Richwood's 2:00.
Yep.
It's going to be special.
It is. And again, thank you to Discover Peoria and the city of Peoria believing in my vision.
All right. With that, Creston, man, thank you for trusting me and this platform with your story, with your history, with your honesty, man. I do appreciate that.
No
As
problem.
someone that, 3 years here, I'm still learning Peoria's story. I'm honored to help spotlight one of our city's most powerful chapters. Orange and Black Beneath the Numbers is more than a film. It's an invitation to reflect, to feel, and to remember what it means to build legacy through love, struggle, and community. All right, that has been another episode of the KZ Community Beat. I'm your host, Ross Martinez. I appreciate you sticking through this pod today.
Man.
I think the gold nugget I got from this community is action in totality.
Safe to say.
All right. Well, make sure you go check out the premiere, Rich Woods, 2 o'clock this Saturday. It's going to be a good one to see, man.
Yes. I'm excited because I got excited making it. I'm going through emotions making it. I probably was in my basement today hollering and crying.
But you know what? That therapy is good, man. It's
it is.
Hey, men got to cry sometimes, man.
Yeah.
I fight it, but I tell the younger guys, don't fight it.
Oh, man, come on. You can't be no hypocrite, man.
It's not hypocrite, but it's like, you know how many times I've seen my pop cry? This is post podcast. We just talking.
Okay.
But
and I gotta go too, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you do that.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit, actually, the same thing with me.
We didn't get.
But I will tell you,
Okay,
I've seen my pop cry maybe like 4 times in my life, and in moments where I expected him to cry, stone figure, and that kind of made me buck up a little bit. But as I got older, I'm like, I got that in me that I kind of have to stop having in me.
No. Because at times you can't.